To kick off this inaugural Arizona Hispanic Youth Symposium. And I'd like to thank the Hispanic College Fund and its outstanding staff for including me in this program. And of course, I'd really like to thank the sponsors for that as well. I don't know how many of you are planning to go to Arizona State, but let me give you a quick sales pitch about the school. I grew up here in Tempe, and you know, Arizona State used to be a teacher's college. And all teachers' colleges at one time had what they called laboratory schools. And this is where they would train teachers in new ideas and so on. And that school had one class for each grade. And living in Tempe, I went to that school. So I always tell everybody, all my education except my 4 years at Tempe High School were here at ASU. You all are here, obviously, to learn and talk about a topic that's really fires me up, and that's education. And I was a high school teacher at Tempe High for 28 years. I taught government and civics, and my wife also was a teacher, and my brother was a teacher. And let me tell you how I got started in politics and my interests, so hopefully you can go beyond just what you do in the classroom. When I was being raised in Tempe, my grandfather was in the state legislature. He would get me out of school, this is when I was in grade school, and I'd spend the day with him. And then I got old enough to drive, and I put up his campaign signs, and he couldn't see to drive at night, so I would drive him to meetings. When I went to ASU, I just majored in what I liked, which was politics. Then I went right back to Tempe High to teach. And one day, a good friend of mine knew that I always wanted to run for office. Not because I was mad at anybody, not because I had this agenda, I just wanted to serve. I got that through my grandfather. He said to me one day, you know, there's a city council race coming up, and I think you ought to run. I said, no, Chuck, I said, this isn't the right time. There's too many people out there running, all the incumbents are running, this isn't right. And he said to me, you know, if you don't run now, I'll never help you. So he drove me down to City Hall. I took out petitions, came home and told my wife that I was going to run for city council. One of the things that did, of course, I went right back doing a couple things that I liked. One, I'll always be a student of government. There's always so much to learn about what's going on. I was a teacher of government. And then I became a practitioner, or maybe another word is a politician. And I thought all three of them fit together. The same thing happened to my brother. My brother was about 3 years younger than me, and he ended up doing the same thing. Both of us taught high school. He taught in Casa Grande, and he lives in Casa Grande for the last, we taught high school there for 35 years. And both of us got that because of somebody wanting to help us, or maybe they didn't even realize it, that they were being a mentor. My education was a desire to instill in me the idea of never to stop learning. There's always something to learn. And let me tell you, I say this a lot. When I go to Washington today, you know, one of my real mentors there is Ed Pastor. And something goes on the floor, and I said, Ed, I don't understand this. This isn't the way we did it in city council meetings. This isn't the way we did it in the state legislature. There are different rules, different ways of doing things. It's always a learning process. And, you know, I'm going to be 70 this month, and I have still not stopped learning. There's some kind of processes that go on. And that's probably the key to survival. Being involved in the community, I always tease about this, being elected first to the city council and then to the state legislature, is taking me lots of places. And I never dreamt that I would ever go to Washington, D.C. as a representative. That's just one example. And I always kind of tease people, is that, you know, being in the job that I've been in, I've eaten food, met people, and traveled places that I never dreamt that I would do. Nothing makes me more proud when I have a former student come up to me and tell me what they're doing. I said, you know, in fact, it wasn't too long ago, I was getting off an airplane in Phoenix, and a young man came up to me behind me and he says, Congressman Mitchell. I said, yes. And he showed me a badge. He said he was one of the air marshals. And he said, I just wanted you to know that I was a student of yours. And you got me involved in public life, and he worked for the Bureau of Indian Affairs before he became an air marshal. Nothing makes me more proud than to see these students of mine pursue their dreams and have them come true. In Congress, we're working to increase educational opportunities for our young people. And there's still a lot of work to do, but we've worked to improve access and affordability of college through expanding and reforming the Pell Grants and student loan programs. We've also shifted our focus in K-12 to science education, science, technology, education, and math. Engineering and math. It's called STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And we really need a lot of students to go into this field. Right now, I was told that 60% of the graduate students in science, technology, engineering, and math are foreign born. We've got the talent right here. You guys are the ones that can help reverse that trend. This has all been done through what we call the American Competes Act. And we just voted to reauthorize that. Make sure that students, teachers, and businesses and workers are prepared to be the innovators, the creators, which made America great. How many of you may be interested in areas like science, technology, engineering, or math? Raise your hand. You know, that is terrific. You know, that's where the future is. You know, America has been the leader in innovation and creativity. And without you people pursuing that, and let me tell you, there are a lot of opportunities not only have to get out of school, but to go to school in those areas. The change that we want to see in our country really starts with you and your generation. I want to encourage all of you to work as hard as you can, not just in the classroom, but to get engaged in your campus activities as well as the community. You know, I was a student council sponsor. I was a Key Club sponsor. And all of these are ways in which you can get involved in the community. I used to require my students when I was teaching government to attend city council meetings. And I said, you know, you may not live in Tempe, but once you go to a city council meeting or a city hall, any place, it's basically the same. Get comfortable with it, because you have a right to be there. And you need to know something that, on how to bring about change. And these institutions can be very scary. So the earlier you get involved in your community, in volunteering, the better it is. I often run into former students and they ask me how I like what I'm doing, and I always apologize to them and tell them it's not the way I taught it. And somebody said, well, you know, would you teach it any differently knowing what you know now? And I said, no. Because if I did, I'd make cynics out of everything. And we need people to be excited. Excited to bring about a change, to get involved, and know that you can bring about a change. What I see today, of course, are people who I know your teachers and your parents are proud of you to get to where you are. Regardless of what we're doing in Congress, it's what you're going to do with your education, with your advocacy and your ambition. This is what's really going to chart the course for this country. So I want to congratulate you, but also thank you for your interest in what you're going to do to help this country move forward. I hope you had a great stay here, and I've enjoyed being here, and congratulations and good luck.